Israel, this is Isaiah Elijah, and I want to speak with you today about our enemy, Edom, along with all our other enemies in Psalms 83, the other nations that are against Israel. Alright, we're going to go into Edom today, a very special, because we need to understand exactly who they are. Some of us still don't know who they are, and they've been murdering us and our fellow brothers and sisters, and it's important that we explain who they truly are. Okay, a lot of our people, brothers and sisters that teach, have taught who they are, and I don't know if people aren't getting the message or not, but we still have brothers and sisters that are trusting our enemy. So this is a video about never trusting Edom. Okay, you can't trust our enemy. Of course, the Most High put it in a way that we have to run to them for our food and different things. But ultimately, He did that to make us understand that we need Him and that we can't survive without Him. But He said that you're going to have to run to your enemy for your food and all things. You have to go through Him. That's to acknowledge the Most High. But we're finna get into Edom very seriously. We're gonna go to the book of Jubilees. We're gonna show you Edom never keeps his promise, which is fine. I'm glad he don't keep his promise, because the Most High, He always keeps His promise to the children. Okay, to His people, and those that aren't, He blesses those also when He chooses to. He said He'll have mercy upon who He wants to have mercy upon. But we thank the King of Kings. I hope He opens your eyes spiritually, to see spiritually, to talk spiritually, to walk spiritually, to hear spiritually. I hope that He bless you today. God bless all the tribes of the children of Israel. We thank Yahweh Shai. We pray to His Son, Yeshaya, to the Most High God, Ahaya, that He receives our prayers, and He lets His will be done, and that He brings judgment upon the other nations, and He pulls His people with all power, with His mighty right on. Okay, He will strengthen us, and He will deliver us. He is our Father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We thank Him for everything and for creating everything. We're going to get into, first we're going to grab Ecclesiasticus, Sirach. Alright, Sirach 12 and 10. Alright, 12 and 10 reads, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness." Okay? Never trust thine enemy, Israel. Stop trusting Edom. Okay? It's not the time to do that anymore. It was never the time to do that. Ask the Indians. Okay? You can ask anyone that they come, any culture that they come in contact with. Alright? They come and destroy. Okay? They be all friendly in your face, then they come and they destroy. Alright? Now, again, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Alright? Now, I want to go into, I'm going to read you out of the Zandervan Bible Dictionary about Edom, okay? Very important that we know our history about Edom. We all should know it. And our elders, you elders out there, I want y'all to speak and give your details about how wicked Edom was back in the day. Our people need to know this because this generation never felt the anger and the hate that Edom had towards us. And a lot of the elders is dying off. First of all, they didn't want to talk about it because for what they saw, oh, things are getting good. Oh, we can drink from their fountains now. We can play with their children. No. The Most High did make a separation for us for a reason. And it's important that we understand that. And it's important that we see that. And that we make a separation so we won't take hold of the plagues and the judgment that's about to come down on Edom. Okay. Now, Edom, Edomites. Okay. Red, which means red. Okay, the nation and its people who were the descendants, the children of Esau. He founded the country, so his name is equated with Edom. You can see Genesis 25:30, 36:1, and 8. The country was called Seir, or Mount Seir, which was the name of the territory in which the Edomites lived. Okay, the kingdom of Edom was founded during the 13th century BC, according to archaeological evidence, proof. In a process of about 4 centuries, the government of Edom changed from one under tribal chiefs to a monarchy. Saul fought against the Edomites, 1 Samuel 14:47. But David conquered them and put garrisons throughout the whole land, 2 Samuel 8:14. Judah lost Edom in the reign of Joram when she revolted against him about 847 BC. 2 Kings 8:20 and 22. About 50 years later, Amaziah, king of Judah, inflicted a severe defeat on the Edomites. 2 Kings 14:7. About 735 BC, Rezin, king of Syria, at war with Judah, captured Eloth and drove the Jews out. 2 Kings 16:6, when Jerusalem was destroyed and Judah depopulated by the Babylonians. In 586 BC, the Edomites rejoiced over the affliction of the Judeans and began to take over the southern part of Palestine. Eventually, they penetrated as far as north as Hebron. This action intensified the already smoldering hatred between the Jews and Edomites. See Psalms 137:7 and Ezekiel 25:12-14, and then Amos 1:11, and then Obadiah 10-14. The Assyrians came in contact with Edom as early as the 7th century and BC, when her kings began to penetrate as far as south as Palestine. Edom, along with Judah and her other neighbors, paid taxes to Assyria for many years. She is mentioned many times in the inscription of the kings of Assyria, beginning with Abanari 800 BC to Ashurbanipal 686-633. Edom, which is the white man, figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. Future judgments. It says, see notably Isaiah 34:5, 6, 63 and 1. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from Yeshua. Well, Ahaya, actually, Yahweh. Okay? So that means the God of all gods didn't promise any mercy, okay, to Edom, which is true. You can read the whole thing of Obadiah. It's all about Edom, okay? But we're going to go into Jubilees and read what happened. But first, I do want to go into some scriptures that I have. All right? So first, we're going to go to Isaiah. All right, follow me. Isaiah 34 and 5. Isaiah 34 and 5. It says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold," it says, "look, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment." Okay. 6. The sword of the Lord, Yeshua, is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord, Yeshua, have a sacrifice in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Yahushua is going to bring judgment to Idumea, to Edom, and all his children. Okay? Remember, they're neighbors of the Israelites, and no promise of mercy was given to them by Ahia. Okay? I am, okay, the Most High. He's not dealing with these people. Let me go to 63 and 1. And we're going to go to Isaiah 63 and 1. Isaiah 63 and 1. It says, "Who is this that cometh from Edom, okay, with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, and traveling in the greatness of his strength," his power. "I that speaketh in righteousness, mighty to save." Okay? Who's mighty to save? Yahushua. Okay? It says, "Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel?" There was a question. I guess the angels was like, well, why are you all red, Yeshaya? Why are your garments red? Okay, it says, "Why art you red in your apparel, your clothing, and your garments, like him that treadeth in a wine vat?" Okay. 3, it says, "I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me." Okay. "For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment." Okay, all his raiment, okay? He's coming back with the sword, and he's going to get his garments bloody. He said that the blood is going to be up to the horse's bridle when Yahushua returns, okay? He went to the land of Edom, Idumea, and there was none with him, okay? Edom don't stand with Yeshua. They stand with their father, the father of lies, and they don't hear his word, okay? 4, it says, "For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come." Okay? So, the time is coming when Yeshua is going to come, and everyone should be afraid. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. Guess what? The giants was destroyed. Why? Because they didn't have no fear of the Most High. And that's why they got wiped out. And guess what? Edom is just the same way. Okay? Esau, the red one. Okay? We're going to speak about him. Okay? He was gifted with things and had promises. He's gifted with the gift of the sword. Okay? He goes and he robs and he pillages. Alright? You see what he did to the Indians, to our people. We were put on slave ships. Of course, that had to do with what we done wrong. Not following our power and keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. But the way that he did and went about what he did wasn't correct. The Most High is going to bring judgment for not showing mercy to the Israelites, which they're still not doing, which is fine, because the Most High is sending his son for the second return. He's going to crack open the sky. Right? That's the patience of the saints. We have to be patient. Vengeance is Yeshaya's, Yahweh's. We don't have to do anything. I mean, we might have to turn up. He will let us loose when it's time, because he told us, get rid of, this and get us a sword. So we need to prepare, get us a sword. Our swords now, not just swords. We got guns and things like that, but we're not to live by those things, because we're supposed to trust in our power. Those that kill with the sword will be killed with the sword. Alright? But understand, we're going to possess those that possessed us. Those that let us in captivity will go into captivity. Alright? Those that killed by the sword will be killed by the sword. Alright? Those things are coming to pass. You might not want to have slaves in the kingdom, but the Most High, he said you're going to possess those that possessed you. Alright? You're going to put those that put you into captivity back into captivity. Alright? And we're going to be released. Alright? So, now, it's time to get into Edom and Jubilees. Yeah, I think I'll do that first and then go back and hit the precepts that I have. I just want to show you cannot trust this devil, right? I see so many people with the devil now. Trump is appointed by the Most High to do his will, but that don't mean that we have to side with him. What I've been reading in Jeremiah and Baruch, we had kings that didn't listen to Jeremiah when he told them, look, you need to listen to Nebuchadnezzar, which would be Trump. Okay, do what he wants you to do, or you're going to be sent over there in chains. Right? Nobody wants to serve this devil. Of course we don't want to serve him. We serve Yeshaya. That's who I vote for. I don't vote for none of these devils. That's who we supposed to depend on. We don't supposed to depend on none of this government. We're supposed to depend on Yah, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the one who created all, the one that has all substance. The earth is his and the fullness thereof. We trust our God. Okay? You don't know what they're doing. They're doing wickedness in high places up there in that office. And all around us. In schools now, after school programs, talking about they got an after-school program to Baal, to Satan, to Belial. What? We supposed to be coming together to try to conquer these things, pulling our kids out of these schools, homeschooling our children, protecting our loved ones. We're going to have to protect each other. Eve needs to stop going to this devil for things. Okay? It's sad, you know. None of our people are trusting in the Most High. Everybody wants to go down to Egypt for their food. You know, I'm not saying that we could totally get away from that, because the Most High said, you know, I think it's in Deuteronomy, you know, we gotta, you're gonna have to receive your food and everything else from this God. But we know that we have to trust our Father. Period. So let's go into the book of Jubilees to see how wicked this dude is, man. This dude is wicked. Very wicked. Along with every other nation in Psalms 83. Alright? So I'm going to read it to you. Alright. This is the book of Jubilees. Alright? We're in the book of Jubilees, 35, 7 says, she should die. And she was sitting opposite to him in possession of her strength, her power, and she was not infirm in her strength. For she went in and out and saw, and her teeth were strong, and no ailment, and had touched her all the days of her life. And Jacob said unto her, Blessed am I, mother, if my days approach the days of your life, and my strength remain with me, now as your strength, and you will not die. For you are jesting idly with me regarding your death. And she went into Isaac, and said unto him, one petition I make unto you, or I ask unto you. Make Esau, which is the white man, swear that he will not injure Jacob, nor pursue him with enmity, with anger. For you knowest Esau's thoughts, that they are perverse from his youth. From his young age, he's perverse, alright? Everybody knows that. I don't have to go dig too much into that. Esau's thoughts, they are perverse from his youth, killing animals and stuff. Anyway, and there is no goodness in him, for he desires after your death to kill, after Isaac dies, to kill him. And you knoweth all that he has done since the day Jacob his brother went to Haran until this day, how he has forsaken or left us with his whole heart, and has done evil to us. Your flocks he has taken to himself, and carried off all your possessions from before your face. And when we implored and besought him for what was our own, he did as a man who was taking pity on us. And he is bitter against you, because you did bless Jacob, your perfect and upright son. For there is no evil, but only goodness in him. And since he came from Haran unto this day, he has not robbed us of nothing. For he brings us everything in its time, in its season, always, and rejoices with all his heart, his mind, when we take at his hands, and he blesses us, and has not parted from us since he came from Haran until this day, and he remains with us continually at home, honoring us. And Isaac said unto her, I too know and see the works of Jacob, who is with us, how that with all his heart he honors us. But I loved Esau formerly before more than Jacob. because he was the firstborn. But now I love Jacob more than Esau, for he has done manifold evil works, and there is no righteousness in him. For all his ways are unrighteousness and violence, and there is no righteousness around him. And now my heart is troubled, my mind is troubled, because all his works, deeds, and neither he nor his seed is to be saved. For they are those who will be destroyed from the earth, and who will be rooted out from under heaven. For he has forsaken the God of Abraham, and gone after his wives, and after their uncleanness, and after the error, he and his children. And you doest bid me make him promise that he will not slay Jacob. You told me to promise to not slay, to him not to slay, to kill Jacob, his brother. Even if he promised, he will not abide by his oath. Okay, that is the truth. Look what he did to the Indians. To every treaty that he tries to make, he breaks his oath. And he will not do good, but evil only. But if he desires to slay Jacob, his brother, into Jacob's hands will he be given, and he will not escape from his hands. For I will descend, I will fall into his hands. And fear you not on account of Jacob, for the guardian of Jacob is great and powerful, and honored and praised more than the guardian of Esau. And Rebekah sent and called Esau, and he came to her, and she said unto him, I have a petition, my son, to make unto you, and do you promise to do it, my son? This is Esau's mother, right? And he said, I will do everything that you saith unto me, and I will not refuse your petition, your what you ask. And he said unto him, and she said unto him, I ask you that the day I die, you will take me in and bury me near Sarah, your father's mother, and that you and Jacob will love each other, and that neither will desire evil against the other, but mutual love only. And so you will prosper, my sons, and be honored in the middle of the land, and no enemy will rejoice over you, and you will be a blessing and a mercy in the eyes of all those that love you. And he said, I will do all that you have told me, and I shall bury you on the day that you on the day you diest near Sarah from my father's mother, as you desire that her bones may be near your bones. And Jacob my brother also I shall love above all flesh, for I have not a brother in all the earth but him only. And this is no great merit for me if I love him, for he is my brother, and we were sown together in your body, and together came we out from your womb. And if I do not love my brother, whom shall I love? And I myself beg ye to encourage Jacob concerning me and concerning my sons, for I know that he will surely be king over me and my sons. For on that day my father blessed him, he made him higher and me the lower. And I promise unto you that I shall love him and not want evil against him all the days of my life, but good only. And he sware unto her regarding all this matter. And she called Jacob before the eyes of Esau, and gave him commandment according to the words which she had spoken to Esau. And he said, I shall do your pleasure. Believe me, that no evil will proceed from me or from my sons against Esau, and I shall be first and not save and love only. And they eat and drank, and she and her sons that night. And she died 3 jubilees, and 1 week, and 1 year old. On that night, and her 2 sons, Esau and Jacob, buried her in a double cave near Sarah, their father's mother. All right. We're reading that he never keeps his promise. All right. And in the 6th year of this week, Isaac called his 2 sons, Esau and Jacob, and they came to him, and he said unto them, my sons, I am going the way of my fathers to the eternal house, where my fathers are. Wherefore bury me near, close to Abraham my father, in a double cave in the field of Ephron, the Hittite, where Abram purchased a spectacular, a tomb, to bury in. And the spectacular which I dig for myself, there bury me. And this I command you, my sons, that you practice righteousness and uprightness on the earth, so that the Lord may bring upon you all that the Lord said that he would do to Abraham and to his children, his seed. And love one another, my sons, your brothers, as a man who loves his own soul, and let each seek in what he may benefit his brother, and act together on the earth. And let them love each other as their own souls. And concerning the question of idols, I command and admonish you to reject them, and hate them, and love them not, for they are full of deception, for those that worship them, and for those that bow down to them. Remember ye, my sons, the Lord God of Abraham, your father, and how to worship him, and serve him in righteousness and in joy, that he might multiply you and increase your seed as the stars of heaven in multitude, and establish you on the earth as the plant of righteousness, which will not be rooted out unto all the generations forever. And now I shall make you promise a great oath, for there is no oath, no promise which is greater than it, by the name of glorious and honored and great and splendid and wonderful and mighty, which created the heavens and the earth, all things together, that you will fear him and worship him, and that each will love his brother with affection and righteousness, and that neither will desire evil against his brother from here on forever, all the days of your life, so that you may prosper in all your works and not be destroyed. And if either of you devise or plan evil against his brother, know that from henceforth everyone that plans evil against his brother shall fall into his hand, and shall be rooted out, plucked out of the land of the living, and his children shall be destroyed from under heaven. But on that day of turbulence and execration and indignation and anger, with flaming devouring fire, as he burnt Sodom, so likewise will he burn his land and his city and all that is his, and he shall be blotted out of the book of the discipline of the children of men, and not be recorded in the book of life, but in that which is appointed to destruction. And he shall depart into eternal extraction, so that their condemnation may be always renewed in hate, and in extraction, and in wrath, and in torment, and in indignation, and in plagues, and in disease forever. I say and testify to you, my sons, according to the judgment which shall come upon the man who wishes to injure his brother. And he divided all his possessions between the two on that day, and he gave the larger part to him that was the firstborn, and the tower, and all that was about it, and all that Abraham possessed at the well of the oath. And he said, this large portion I will give to the firstborn. And Esau said, I have sold to Jacob, and given my birthright to Jacob, to Israel. To him let it be given, and I have not a single word to say regarding it, for it is his. And Isaac said, may a blessing rest upon you, my sons, and upon your children this day, for you have given me rest, and my heart, my mind is not pained concerning the birthright, if you should have worked wickedness on account of it. May the Most High God, Yahweh, bless the man that worketh righteousness, him and his seed forever. And he ended commanding them and blessing them, and they ate and drank together before him and rejoiced. They laughed because there was one mind between them, and they went out from him and rested that day and slept. And Isaac slept on his bed that day, rejoicing, and he slept the eternal sleep and died 180 years old. And he completed 25 weeks and 5 years. And his two sons, Esau and Jacob, buried him. And Esau went to the land of Edom, to the mountains of Seir, and lived there. And Jacob lived in the mountains of Hebron, in the tower of the land of the sojourners of his father Abraham. And he worshipped the Lord Yeshua with all his heart, and according to the visible commands, according as he had divided the days of his generations. And Leah his wife died in the 4th year of the 2nd week of the 45th Jubilee, and he buried her in a double cave. And on the day that Isaac and the father of Jacob and Esau died, the sons of Esau heard that Isaac had given the portion, the part of the elder, the oldest, to his younger son Jacob, Israel. And they were very angry. The children were very angry. And they strove with their father. They fought with their father, saying, "Why hath your father given Israel or Jacob the portion of the elder and passed over you, although you are the oldest and Jacob the younger?" And he said unto them, "Because I sold my birthright to Jacob, to Israel, for a small mess of lentils, for that red pottage. And on the day my father sent me to hunt and catch and bring him something that he should eat and bless me, he came with guile and brought my father food and drink. And my father blessed him and put me under his hand. And now our father has caused us to promise, me and him, that we shall not mutually plan evil against his brother, and that we shall continue in love and in peace with his brother, and not make our ways corrupt." And they said unto him, "We shall not hearken, we shall not listen unto you to make peace with him, for our strength is greater than his strength." See, they knew that they had the power of the sword, all right? "And we are more powerful than he, and we shall go against him and kill him and destroy him and his children. And if you will not go with us, we will do hurt to you also. And now listen unto us. Let us send to Aram and Philistia and Moab and Ammon, and let us choose ourselves chosen men who are ardent for battle, and let us go against him and do battle with him, and let us exterminate him from the earth before he grows strong." Okay, that's what slavery and all of that stuff is about, making America great again. "And their father said unto them, Do not go and do not make war with him, if you fall before him. And they said unto him, This too is exactly your mode of action from your youth until this day, and you are putting your neck under his yoke. We shall not listen to these words." And they sent to Aram and to Aduram, to their friend of their father, and they hired along with them 1,000 fighting men, chosen men of war. And there came to them from Moab and from the children of Ammon those who were hired, 1,000 chosen men, from Philistia, 1,000 chosen men of war, and from Edom, and from the Horites, 1,000 chosen fighting men, from the Kittim, mighty men of war. And they said unto their father, Go out with them and lead them, else we shall slay thee, or kill you. And he was filled with wrath and indignation on seeing that his sons were forcing him to go before them to lead them against Jacob his brother. But afterward he remembered all the evil which lay hidden in his mind, his heart, against Jacob his brother. And he remembered not the promise which he had sworn to his father and to his mother, that he would plan no evil all his days against Jacob, Israel, his brother. And notwithstanding all this, Jacob knew not that they were coming against him to battle. And he was crying for Leah, his wife, until they approached very close to the tower with 4,000 warriors, a chosen men of war. And the men of Hebron sent to him, saying, Look, your brother has come against you to fight you, with 4,000 girt with the sword. And they carrying shields and weapons, for they loved Jacob more than Esau. So they told him, for Jacob was a more liberal and merciful man than Esau, but Jacob would not believe until they came very close to the tower. All right, you blacks, you better understand who Edom is. And he closed the gates of the tower. And he stood on the battlements and spake to his brother Esau. And he said, Noble is the comfort wherefore you have come to comfort me for my wife who has died. Is this the oath that you did swear to your father and again to your mother before you died? Before they died, thou hast broken the promise, and on a moment you did swear to your father what you have condemned. And then Esau answered and said unto him, Neither the children of men nor the beasts of the earth have any promise of righteousness, which in swearing they have sworn an oath valid forever. But every day they devise evil against another, and how each may slay his enemy and foe. And you dost hate me and my children forever, and there is no observing the tie of brotherhood with you. Hear the words which I announce unto thee. If the boar can change its skin and make its bristle as soft as wool, or if it can cause horns to sprout out of its head like the horn of a stag or a sheep, then I will observe the tie of brotherhood with you. And if the breasts separated themselves from their mother, for you have not been a brother to me. And if the wolves make peace with the lambs, so as not to devour or do them violence, and if their hearts are toward them for good, then there shall be peace in my heart towards you. And if the lion becomes the friend of the ox and makes peace with him, and if he is bound under his yoke with him and plows with him, then will I make peace with you. And when the raven becomes white as the raza, then know that I have loved thee, and shall make peace with thee. You shall be rooted out, and your son shall be rooted out, and there shall be no peace for thee. And when Jacob saw that he was so evilly disposed towards him with his heart and with all his soul, as to kill him, and that he had come springing like the wild boar, which comes upon the spear that pierces and kills it, and recoils not from it, then he talked to his own and to his servants that they should attack him and all his companions. All right, we got to be ready for this war. And after that, Judah, the Negroes, spake to Jacob, Israel, his father, and said to him, Bend your bow, father, and send out your arrows, and throw down the adversary, and slay the enemy. And mayest you have the power, for we shall not slay your brother. We shall not slay thy brother, for he is such as thou, and he is like thee. Let us give him this honor. Then Jacob bent his bow and sent out the arrow and struck Esau his brother on his right breast and killed him. And again he sent out an arrow and struck Adaron and Aramim on the left breast and drove him backward and killed him. And then went out the sons of Jacob, they and their servants, dividing themselves into companies and the four sides of the tower. And Judah went out in front of Naphtali, and Gad with him, all right, and 50 servants with him in the south side of the tower, and they killed all they found before them, and not one individual of them escaped. And Levi, the Haitians, and Dan and Asher went out on the east side of the tower, and 50 men with them, and they slew the fighting man of Moab, and Ammon, and Reuben, the Seminole Indians, and Issachar, the Mexicans, and Zebulun, the Panama Nicaraguans, went forth on the north side of the tower, and 50 men with them, and they slew the fighting men of the Philistines, and Simeon, the Dominicans, and Benjamin, the Jamaicans, and Enoch, Reuben's sons, went out on the west side of the tower, and 50 men with them, and they killed of Edom and the Horites 400 men, stout lion slain, as he had fallen on the hill which is in Edom. Stout warriors, and 600 fled, and 4 of the sons of Esau ran with them and left their father laying there dead, as he had fallen on the hill which is in Adumram. And the sons of Jacob pursued after them to Mount Seir, and Jacob buried his brother on the hill which is in Adumram. And he returned to his house, and the sons of Jacob pressed hard upon the sons of Esau in the mountains of Seir, and bowed their necks, so that they became servants of the sons of Jacob of Israel. And they sent to their father to ask whether they should make peace with them or kill them. And Jacob sent word to his sons that they should make peace. And they made peace with them, and placed the yoke of servitude upon them, so that they paid tax to Jacob of Israel, and to his sons always. And they continued to pay tribute tax to Jacob until the day that he went down into Egypt. And the sons of Edom have not got away of the yoke of servitude which the 12 sons of Jacob had imposed on them until this day. And these are the kings that reigned in Edom before they reigned any king over the children of Israel until this day in the land of Edom. And then it goes on to tell you about the kings of Edom. Listen, things is about to go down, and we have to be ready. And these coons need to know you can't trust Edom. Never trust thine enemy, okay, before they utterly destroy you and wipe you out. Alright? Don't go to their parties. Don't be nowhere by yourself. It's time to gather, Israel, the 12 tribes, okay? We need to gather together, acknowledge the Most High, continue to pray to Him for protection, because, see, vengeance is His. We don't need to take no vengeance. He's going to take vengeance for all of us, okay? He's going to do a mighty work, and there's going to be mighty judgments that we are going to see. We're going to see the works of Yahweh Shai and what the prophets desired to see. All right. Now, we're going to go to Matthew 25, 31. It says, when the Son of Man shall come in His power, and all the holy angels with Him, then shall He sit upon the throne of His glory. Okay? We're going to jump to Matthew 25:33. And He shall set the sheep on His right hand and the goats on the left. Okay? He's going to make a separation, and we are to be separate. Okay? And we are to watch over ourselves from these other nations. Okay? We are to be separate. Because we do have enemies. Alright? Well, let me grab Psalms 83 for y'all. Most of us know this, but for those that don't, Psalms 83. It says, keep not you silence, O God, Yahweh. Hold not your peace, and be not still, O God, Yahweh. For look, thine enemies make a tumult. They make a noise. And they that hate you have lifted up their head. Okay, they're coming out. They have taken crafty counsel. That means crafty advice against thy people. Who is thy people? Israel. The 12 tribes. The black, Latino, Indian, okay, descent. Alright? They have taken crafty counsel against your people and consulted against your hidden ones. Okay? They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, a people. Okay? Being a people, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Okay? For they have consulted together with one consent. They have came together with one consent. You see Edom coming together with one consent? Well, not with one consent. Right now you got the alt-right and the whatever, right? But they're going to come together in one consent. Alright. To go against the black, Latino, and Native American. Okay? But what did Christ say? He said a house divided cannot stand. Alright? So they're not going to be able to stand. Alright? For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Okay? The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab and the Hagarenes, okay? Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have helped the children of Lot. Selah. Do not do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jaban at the brook of Kishon, okay, which died at Ibnar. They became a dung, waste or manure for the earth. Okay, we need to do that. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeb. Yeah, all their princes as Zebah and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of God in possession. Okay. Oh my God, make them, O Yeshaya or Ahiah, make them like a will, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. Okay? Yeah. Burn them up, Yahweh, in the name of Yeshaya. Present these prayers. Burn up our enemies in the name of Yahweh. Okay? 15, it says, so prosecute them with your tempest. Prosecute them with your storm, Yeshaya, and make them afraid with your storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek your name, O Yeshaya. Let them be confounded. Let them be confused and troubled forever. Yeah, let them be put to shame and die in the name of Yeshaya, that man may know that you, whose name alone is Yahweh Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. Bless the Most High above all forever. Destroy the enemy, Beliar, the false prophet, Satan, the demons, put them in their place, bind them, throw them in the lake of fire with Edom and all the nations that are against the children of Israel, that worked wickedness against the children of Israel. Let all that is written proceed and go according to your will. And your will is to utterly destroy these other nations that have came against the 12 tribes of Israel. So bless us and protect us. We thank you, Father. All right. So now we're going to Proverbs 11. Let's go to Proverbs 11. Proverbs 11:21 reads, though hand joined in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the children of the righteous shall be delivered. The children of the righteous will be delivered. And that's the children of Israel out of each tribe. Out of 12 tribes. Okay, we will be blessed. We will be covered by the blood of Yahweh, and he will take vengeance. Vengeance is the Lord. The earth is his and the fullness thereof. Okay, people don't understand what he's doing to the earth right now. He said he's doing a new thing. As we're on the earth, he's formed in the earth right now. You got earthquakes in diverse places. You got the land falling, land holes, the land is breaking down and changing. You got storms going. You got things going on. He's changing the world right now. Okay. As we speak, as we're on it. But anyway, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. So you're going to have wicked Edomites and wicked other nations trying to connect with us, but they're not going to go unpunished. And our people connecting with them. We ought not to do that because we're going to be punished and because we're taking hold of her plagues. We got to separate from Babylon, get away from that. Okay? People might be upset and mad, but he did have a chosen people. Alright? Alright, so we're going to go to Psalms 55:20. Stick with me. Psalms 55, verse 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. Esau has broken his covenant to those that have peace with him or have agreement with him. And Trump is going to make covenants with these other nations, and he's going to break those covenants, agreements, and there will be war. Okay? Again, he have put forth out his hand to the Native American and the blacks and all these other communities. All right? He have put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He have broken his covenant. Okay? 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Oh, here's some blankets. Some blankets with smallpox and diseases. Just like here's some vaccines. Yeah, you want some vaccines? They're going to make you feel good. Right. Time release cancer in these people. Going over to Bill Gates, go over to Africa, killing those people. We got some Israelites in Africa. All right. But Ham, we're not Ham, okay? Okay, the Tyndale Bible tells you can read it in Genesis, okay? We're not they're not the progenitors of the Negroes, all right? Okay, we're not the cursed people. We're Shem, blessed by the Most High God, all right? Anyway, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart, was in his mind. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords, ready to wound, okay? All right. So now we're going to go to, Sirach. All right. Let's go to Revelation 6 and 4 real quick. Revelations 6 and 4. 6 verse 4. Revelation 6:4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon, to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. A great sword, okay? Red horse, Edom, okay? Edom, red man. Okay? So understand, war is coming. Alright? Now, going to Sirach. Let me grab it quick. Ecclesiasticus. And the Apocrypha. Alright? 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemies. Israel, Judah, because we have that problem. All the nations, especially the Latinos, all right, Issachar, Simeon, Manasseh, all the 12 tribes, all right? Ephraim, the Puerto, listen, stop trusting these devils. When you get to hell, you gonna say Blanco sent you, okay? Don't trust Blanco. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. All right? We're gonna read on to 18. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and you shall be unto him as if you have wiped a looking glass, and you shall know that his wrath have not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, if when he have overthrown you, he stand up in your place. Neither let him sit at your right hand, if he seek to take your seat. And you at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? Who's gonna pity you when you get bit by the snake, Esau, the white man? We're not gonna pity you, coons. That's what you deserve, to get bit. Over here charming him, dancing for him. Alright? Why he killing your people? Wake up. This is war. Our Father is a God of war. He is the Lord of war, okay? Understand that to be so. He's gonna fight our battle, though. It says Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a snake, or any such as come close to a wild beast? You know, the white man, they'll come to the wild beasts all the time. That's vengeance, you know. The Lord let the animals take vengeance too. All right. Anyway, 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity him? None. For while he will abide with you, but if you begin to fall, he will not wait for you. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. He talks nicely, but in his heart and his mind, he imagineth how to throw you into a pit or in hell. He will cry with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, if you find a chance, he will not be satisfied with blood, okay, with killing you. If adversity come upon you, you shall find him there first, and though he pretend to help you, yet shall he undermine you. 18. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his... Listen, our people need to remember, okay? Listen. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask your father, and he will show thee. Your elders, and they will tell thee. Deuteronomy 32:8. When the Most High divided to the nations, to the people, their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. All right. For the Lord's portion is his people, Israel. Jacob is the lot. Israel is the lot of his inheritance. Right. And he answered, 2 Ezra 8:1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. I will tell thee a similitude, Ezra, as when you asketh the earth, it shall say unto you, that it giveth much mold whereof earthen bodies, vessels which are made, but little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is your course of this present world. There be many created, but few shall be saved. Okay? Let me grab Matthew 20:16. Matthew 20:16. So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but few chosen. Understand that to be so, Israel, and all you other nations. Let's go to 2 Esdras 13 and 31. And 29 says, behold, the days come when the Most High, Yahushua, will begin to deliver, to save them that are upon the earth. And he shall come to the astonishment, to the shock of them that live on the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. Okay? So let's grab Matthew 24:7. Matthew 24:7 reads, for nation shall rise against nation, people shall rise against people, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, no food, and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginnings of sorrow. Okay? I want you to understand, we are in the end times. We will be saved and we will be blessed, the children of Israel. Okay? Understand that to be so. Y'all need to wake up. You know, if you don't believe, it's not going to make the book to be no effect. God forbid. I hope that you do believe. And there's only one way. That's through Yahushua, the Hamashiach, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. All right. 2 Esdras 6 and 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him. Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob, Israel, is the beginning of it that followeth. The hand of man is between the heel and the hand, and other question Ezra asked you not. Alright. We're going to go to 6 and 54. And after these, Adam also, whom you madest Lord of all your creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom you have chosen, Israel. And all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because you madest the world for our sakes, for our benefit, for our sakes you made the world, for Israel. And as for the other people which also come of Adam, you have said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and have likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. Okay? Understand that to be so. We are the chosen people, and we thank the Most High for choosing us. Okay? He chose us before he made the world. And we're thankful for his will that will be done. You know, this is what he chose, and we're thankful for it. For us to get in and enter those rooms that are already set and prepared, we got to climb that mountain, okay, and be that light, okay. So, how we're going to get there? Through Yahweh Shai. And it says in the Apocrypha in 2nd Esdras that blessed are those that are left. Okay, that and Yeshaya said, blessed are those who do endure to the end. So we have to endure to the end. We're going to go through troubles. We're going to go through war with Edom, but we will be blessed, and we are the chosen seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and we will be blessed. So bless, shalom to all the children of Israel.